Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's John Rivera here from the Canadian Job Search Academy, and happy Friday. Hopefully, you've had a wonderful week. And if you are going through your job search right now, fantastic. I hope your job search is going well and you're getting the information you need to succeed. I just wanted to drop in here. I know it's Friday and it's late on Friday, but I just wanted to drop in here and say hello to all of you. But I also wanted to drop in and to ask you the question, have you signed up for our upcoming webinar? That's tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, where Connell's going to be talking about online application secrets, where he's going to share his four-step system in getting more job interviews, even in today's job market. And the one thing that I know is incredibly tough, especially in today's job market, is how do you get past the application tracking system? How do you get past the recruiter? And how do you actually get in front of a hiring manager? And those are some of the things that we're going to be covering tomorrow. So if you are in the process of looking for work, or if you are in the process of needing some help, if you need that edge, if you want to get ahead of your competition, sign up today. I've actually included the link as well in the post. So I'm going to open it up. Actually, if there's anybody who's got questions or anybody who's wants to ask anything, by all means, ask away. I know somebody's joining and somebody's watching, so thank you for popping in and watching this. But I just want to remind you guys, tomorrow is the day that we're going to be hosting this webinar live. And the one thing that we have seen from past participants who have attended is they get some incredibly valuable information. And I guarantee that if you even take 1/10 of what you learn tomorrow and apply it to your job search, you are going to have a completely different type of job search. You know, recruiters are going to start knocking on your door and things are going to show up for you a little bit different. Hey, welcome. I see somebody else has joined. So if you've got questions, drop them into the comments. I'd love to hear them. I'll answer questions as well, because if you're going through the process now, I know it can be tough, especially with the pandemic and with just job search in general. You know, forget the pandemic. You know, even without a pandemic, it's pretty tough. Competition stiff, and there's a lot of candidates that are all applying for the same roles. I was just watching a video yesterday, and based on an immigration consultant, and he was talking about how job unemployment rates are the highest they have been in Canada for the over the last decade. So it is incredibly tough. There's a lot of people out there searching for work. So join us tomorrow for the online job application secrets, where Connell again is going to share his four-step system. If you don't know Connell and his story, he is a newcomer to Canada. He's only been here 5 years, but his success to his claim to fame is that he arrived in Canada, and within 2 weeks he got three job offers within 2 weeks of landing, and it's because of the research. And one of the things that both Connell and I have done over the last couple of years is we've continued that research. We haven't stopped that research. I have a podcast as well where I interview recruiters and hiring managers, and I ask them for the information. What are you looking for? What do people need to do to be successful when they apply for the roles? And that's what we're going to be including as part of tomorrow's webinar. So I'm going to invite you to join us. If you haven't signed up, there's the link below. Just click on it. For those that are watching live, click on it if you haven't registered. But one of the things I do know is we've got a mission to help as many people as we can get into to help as many people as we can get into the job market, because one of the things that we know, it is incredibly tough. If you don't know my backstory, my parents were newcomers to Canada as well, and they struggled. They got to Canada, they were doing cleaning type work, and it took them years. And eventually, my dad became an entrepreneur and he decided to do his own thing, because he was struggling through the job search market. I do see somebody popping in with a question. Hey, I've got a PhD in marketing, looking for a corporate job. I live in India. Any tips on the job search? Yeah, actually, those are some of the things we're going to be talking about tomorrow, specifically around how to bridge the skills that you have back in India to what they relate to in Canada. And one of the things that we've had great success in doing is really sharing how to take and interpret, what the same role might look like in India and what it might look like in Canada. So those are some of the things that we're going to be talking about tomorrow in the webinar. The one thing that we do advise, ideally, you do want to have your Canadian permanent residency. Your Canadian permanent residency paperwork. You want to have at least a work visa or a student visa. What I do know, what is happening today, and there's a lot of news about this. There's a lot of invitations to apply to Canada AIPP. for some of the regions out in different provinces across the country. So that's another way to do it. So drop in tomorrow. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your first name. Your last name's Mr. Kerr. So I'm going to invite you, Mr. Kerr, to jump in tomorrow and to check out the webinar. See what's in there for you. There might be something useful. And if you're already going through the process, if you have an invitation to apply and you're going through your PR right now, especially with a lot of newcomers, one of the things that we do show is if you do the work in advance, when you get here, you're already hitting the ground running, because there's so many things that you're factoring in as you're moving to Canada. If you're moving your family, you're moving yourself. You got to settle. You got to find a house. There's a whole bunch of different work that you got to do once you arrive. So one of the things that we do teach our clients how to do is how to do all that pre-work before you get here. So when you get here, you're not spending 6 to 8 months looking for work. You're actually, you're doing the work. You're building up your network before you arrive so you can be successful. So I'm going to invite you tomorrow to check us out and to be a part of that, because there is going to be some really good information. So that is it. I just wanted to pop in here and say hello to everybody. I know there's a lot of people online that are going through the job search and thinking about, what can I do to be successful in my job search? And that's what our webinar is all about. We don't hold them too often, but when we do, we do get hundreds of people that save seats. So there's a few more seats remaining. So I want to be able to offer out as much value as possible. And I'm going to invite you guys to join tomorrow. All right, so that is it for me, and hopefully I'll see you live on our webinar where we're going to be answering your questions around online job applications. We're going to be sharing some of our top secrets with you, and I can guarantee you take even 1/10 of what you learn tomorrow and you apply it to your job search, and you're going to have a completely different type of job search. All right, so that is it for me today. Wishing you all a great one. Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.